Hello and welcome to News Track. I'm Ladi Williams, and these are the stories we're tracking at this hour. Begin with politics now. We'll see the Nigeria Democratic Congress, as the NDC has zoned its 2027 presidential ticket to southern Nigeria for a single four-year term. The motion was moved at the ongoing maiden edition of the party's national convention by the member representing Ogbaru constituency of Anambra State in the 10th National Assembly, Afam Victor Ogene, and was adopted by the delegates. It was also resolved that after the four-year single term, the presidential ticket will be automatically zoned to the north. With this development, this cleared the way for the former governor of Anambra State, to Peter Obi, and other southern aspirants to purchase the presidential form of the party. The convention is being attended by top party leaders, including Mr. Obi and former Kano State Governor Mr. Rabiu Kwankwaso. According to the convention agenda, issues slated for discussion include zoning, ratification of the amended party constitution, and the election of national executives. The party has recently witnessed an influx of politicians defecting from other political parties, including the African Democratic Congress and the People's Democratic Party. And the Minister of Youth, Mr. Ayodele Olawande, says Nigerian youths must look beyond instant gratification and put forward brilliant ideas that can liberate young people from the shackles of just political thuggery and tokenism. The minister, who was a guest speaker at the meeting of youth leaders of political parties in Nigeria, pledged to work with youths who bring forward ideas that will transform youth participation in governance and nation building.
We must start to put ourselves together now and ask ourselves, are we ready to take this mantle, irrespective of the political party you are? Irrespective of the political party you are. Whatsoever you think in your mind, whatsoever grievances you have, why can't we just try as much as possible to put that grievances aside, work as a team? For those that does not have or will not have or does not believe that they want to be in a political arena, it is time to start inviting them to participate. Nobody will come and build Nigeria for us. Majority of all these 60 years old, 70 years old, okay, let me start from 50 years old, 60 years old, by the time you had my age, 37 to their age, they will be 80 plus. We don't even look at it that those people that started during Nadeko and everybody are still those people. What did they do to still get firm grip of this country? Have we even put ourselves together irrespective of our political party and said we want to get rid of Nigeria ourselves and putting our personal differences? And that is the major thing that has happened in politics. I was telling my people in Ondo State that me, Ayo, wisdom popularly called, I'm ready to sacrifice a lot so that a lot of people can grow. It's not compulsory I go to Senate. I don't even like it. It's not compulsory I put myself that, this is an opportunity.
And in Katsina State, unknown persons have brutally murdered a middle-aged man and his wife in a Sarara village located in Jega local government area of the state. The victims, identified as 45-year-old Muhammad Haruna and his 35-year-old wife, Habiba Abubakar, were reportedly killed in the early hours of Saturday at their residence in the Asarara area. Family members and residents described the late Muhammad Haruna as a peaceful and quiet individual who was not known for conflicts or disputes within the community, as they expressed shock over the tragic incident, saying they could not immediately identify anyone who had disagreements with him. According to local sources, the incident has thrown the entire community into mourning as neighbors and sympathizers gathered at the family house following the discovery of the killings. The couple is survived by 6 children, including 4 boys and 2 girls, who have now been left orphaned following the tragic incident. Confirming the incident to Channels Television, the Kebbi State Police Public Relations Officer SP Bashir Usman said the police had launched an investigation into the incident. The police spokesperson added that security operatives were on top of the situation and called on residents of the area to remain calm and cooperate with investigators. And the National Security Advisor, Malam Nuhu Rabadu, has held a strategic meeting with the United States Vice President J.D. Vance, where he briefed him on ongoing reforms and operational measures being taken by the federal government to improve national security, stabilize communities affected by insecurity, and address the root causes of the menace. A statement by Special Advisor on Information and Strategy to President Bola Tinubu, Sabayo Ononuga, noted that Mr. Rabadu undertook a 3-day working visit to the U.S. from May 4th to May 6th, where he held a series of high-level engagement with senior officials of the U.S. government. He conveyed President Bola Tinubu's strong commitment to further strengthening ongoing collaboration in counterterrorism, defense cooperation, intelligence sharing, regional security, economic resilience, as well as democratic governance. He also delivered President Tinubu's commitment to deepen Nigeria's long-standing strategic partnership with the United States. Mr. Rabadu also met with the U.S. Acting National Security Advisor and Secretary of State, Marco Rubio, the Undersecretary for Political Affairs, Alison Hooker, and Assistant Secretary of War, Daniel Zimmerman. The meetings provided an opportunity for both sides to review the current state of Nigeria-United States relations and to further strengthen ongoing collaboration in counterterrorism, defense cooperation, intelligence sharing, regional security, and democratic governance. We see the Ondo State Amotekun Corps says 140 suspects are being prosecuted for offences, including kidnapping, cultism, and violation of the anti-open grazing law in the past 1 month. The Corps members, Adetunji Adeleye, disclosed this while briefing journalists at the headquarters of the agency in Akure, the state capital, adding that 64 other suspects are being profiled for possible prosecution. Mr. Adeleye also revealed that Amotekun operatives arrested 4 suspected members of a gang linked to kidnapping and armed robbery across the state and have been handed over to the DSS for further investigation. He added that joint security operations are ongoing and forest across Ondo State to flush out criminal elements, assuring residents that there will be no hiding place for criminals.
The group that claimed responsibility for a number of violent robbery attacks, kidnapping, and wanton destruction of properties. The group leader that takes directives from somewhere outside the state was apprehended. Their supply line was broken and apprehended, and 1 or 2 other members of this group were equally apprehended in a very fiance operation carried out by men of the Ondo State Security Network Agency. Because of the sensitive nature of the criminal activities of this group, they are going to be handed over to the Department of State Security Services for further interrogation and possible prosecution.
And still in security, the Special Squad of the Nigeria Security and Civil Defense Corps, NSCDC, has announced the arrest of 10 car-snatching syndicates, vandals, and other criminals operating within the nation's capital and environs. Addressing a news conference in Abuja, the Public Relations Officer of the Corps, Babawale Afolabi, says the Special Intelligence Squad acted on the directive of the Controller General following credible intelligence on the activities of criminal elements in the state. Mr. Babawale explains that successful operations launched by the squad to the arrest of 6 suspects, Hassan Buka, Adam Musa, also known as Yellow, Ibrahim Haruna, aka Biggie, Adamu Mohammed, Sahal Abdullahi Aliyu, and Abubakar Yusuf. The suspects were arrested at various hideouts for cash snatching and theft, while some members of the syndicate are still at large.
All the suspects have given voluntary information on how they operate and carry out their activities across the states earlier mentioned. We have been adequately briefed by the commander Commandant General Special Intelligence Squad, Commandant A.F. Dandawara, who narrated how the effective operations that led to the arrest of these notorious syndicates were carried out. The following exhibits were recovered at the point of arrest: a Toyota Corolla LE 2005, a Honda EOD 2004 model, a Toyota Corolla CE, a Toyota Corolla 1998 model, a Honda Accord 2008 model, 8 different vehicle particulars, and 61 different vehicle plate numbers. Also, 2 suspects were arrested by the Nigeria Security and Civil Defense Corps operatives attached to Bua International Cement Factory, Opela, Esoko East in Edo State. This was a joint operation with the Commandant General Special Intelligence Squad. The suspects are Good Day, Okagbe, and Monday Precious. They were arrested with 4 24-liters jerrycan of hydraulics and have made confessions to their various involvement in the crime.
And the Nigeria Police Force, in collaboration with the Joint Admissions and Matriculation Board, has uncovered and disrupted a sophisticated examination malpractice syndicate during the conduct of the 2026 Unified Tertiary Matriculation Examination at the College of Education, Warri, Delta State. Addressing a news conference in Abuja, the Force Public Relations Officer, DCP Anthony Placid, says the operation followed intelligence-led investigations into attempts by criminal elements to compromise the integrity of the examination through technology-assisted fraud and unauthorized remote access to examination systems. And the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission has declared the former Minister of Humanitarian Affairs, Disaster Management and Social Development, Sadia Farouk, wanted over alleged diversion of public funds, abuse of office, and alleged criminal conspiracy. According to the EFCC notice, Farouk, 52, an indigent of Zamfara State, and her last known address, and that's the Oppo River off Agulu Street by Tama, Abuja. The notice, signed by the head of media and publicity, Dele Yewalif, urged members of the public with relevant information on her whereabouts to contact the Commission's offices nationwide. Call the numbers 0809 33 644 and also emails. She was the Minister of Humanitarian Affairs, Disaster Management and Social Development under the administration of ex-President Muhammadu Buhari from 2019 to 2023. Well, to fiscal matters now, the Lagos State government has announced plans to streamline taxation and eliminate illegal levies through a new bill designed to harmonize taxes, enforce electronic payments, and impose stricter penalties on unauthorized collections. The proposal was disclosed during a public hearing at the Lagos State House of Assembly on a bill titled "A Law to Enact the Lagos State Harmonized Taxes and Levies to Provide for the Collection of Taxes by the State and its local government councils and for related matters." Speaker of the House, Mudashiru Obasa, who was represented by the Deputy Speaker, Mojisola Miranda, described the hearing as a platform for inclusive stakeholder engagement, stressing that effective lawmaking must reflect public input.
Some members of the Lagos State House of Assembly, professionals in the finance and revenue sector, community leaders meet under one roof to deliberate on the proposed bill seeking to harmonize taxes and eliminate the collection of levies by unions and other unauthorized groups in Lagos State. Setting the tone of the conversation is the Chairman House Committee on Finance, who is optimistic that the bill will significantly impact governance and business operations in the state.
The introduction of this bill is very important because the bill seeks to establish a unified, transparent, and technology-driven framework and be in sync with the federal government tax policy as recently passed by National Assembly.
The majority leader of the House, Naheem Adams, is not pleased with the current system plagued by multiple illegal charges affecting residents and businesses.
Clause 5 of the bill prohibits any person other than the relevant tax authority from assessing or collecting taxes on behalf of the government. The clause criminalizes the mounting of roadblocks for the purpose of collecting taxes, levies, fees, or membership dues within the states.
Other stakeholders at the hearing applaud the lawmakers for initiating the process of the new bill.
It is hoped that it will introduce a lot of transparency into government revenues. It will also bring a lot of confidence to members of the public.
This harmonization initiative will not only improve our strive to promote ease of doing business, but also reinforce public trust in the state government by ensuring that all statutory collections are properly regulated and efficiently administered.
The Deputy Speaker, Mojisola Miranda, says the gathering reflects the democratic and participatory legislative tradition of the Assembly.
We do not legislate in isolation. The bill before us seeks to enact the harmonized taxes and levies, approved list for collection law. The essence of this proposed legislation is clear and timely: to establish a harmonized, transparent, and legally approved framework for the collection of taxes and levies within Lagos State and across local government councils.
Under the proposed bill, titled "A Law to Enact the Lagos State Harmonized Taxes and Levies Law to Provide for the Collection of Taxes and Levies by the State and its local government councils and for related matters, any unauthorized person who collects or imposes any tax, levy, or fee commits an offence and shall, upon conviction, be liable to a fine of 2 million naira or imprisonment for 3 years or both."
And in business news, Nigeria may cancel some World Bank loan agreements if disbursement delays persist beyond 6 months. That's according to the Accountant General of the Federation, Shamsuddin Ogunjimi. Mr. Ogunjimi made the warning in Abuja during a meeting with the World Bank delegation, saying prolonged delays are affecting project execution and reducing the effectiveness of funding arrangements. He stressed that Nigeria expects faster approval and disbursement processes, noting that the facilities are loans that must be repaid and not grant. He urged the World Bank to speed up processing timelines to ensure projects are implemented within agreed fiscal schedules. The Accountant General also called for stronger coordination and improved financial management to support ongoing reforms in public finance. And the Lagos State Electricity Regulatory Commission set to commence the pilot rollout of a 24/7 electricity franchise zones across Lagos by October this year as part of efforts to transform the electricity market in the metropolis. The initiative was made known in a statement by the Commission's Chief Executive Officer, Temitope George, during the Commission's meeting stakeholder engagement. According to LASEC's regulatory roadmap, the Commission plans to commission the first 2 of 3 Lagos 24/7 electricity franchise areas in the next 5 months. The initiative forms part of LASEC's short-term regulatory agenda, which outlines strategic milestones aimed at repositioning Lagos's electricity market for efficiency, innovation, and reliability through to 2030. And the Nigeria Employers Consultative Association has launched its guide for implementing the Environmental, Social and Governance Standards Framework for micro, small and medium enterprises, a program aimed at helping firms adopt sustainable and responsible business practices. The initiative, which is developed in collaboration with International Labour Organization, also follows a free training session for the guide to guide targeted individuals, boosting compliance, competitiveness, and access to funding. According to the Director General of NECA, Mr. Adewale Smart Oyeride, and the ESG implementation guide is expected to support MSMEs in aligning with global ESG standards while boosting access to finance and long-term business growth in Nigeria.
This guide is designed to be practical, accessible, and action-oriented. It provides MSME with clear guidelines on understanding ESG concepts in simple terms implementing sustainable business practices, meeting emerging reporting expectations, identifying relevant ESG risks and opportunities, and positioning their businesses for improved access to finance and market opportunities. Beyond compliance, the guide underscores a critical message. ESG is not just about meeting requirements, it is about unlocking value. Businesses that integrate ESG into their operations are better positioned to attract investment and financing and compete effectively in both local and international markets. For Nigeria, supporting MSME to adopt ESG practices is also central to achieving inclusive growth, job creation, sustainable national development, amongst many others.
Now to news outside our shores. UK Prime Minister Keir Starmer is under pressure following heavy Labour election losses across England, Scotland and Wales. In Wales, Labour suffered a historic defeat, losing power after 27 years. It played hero now the largest party in the Welsh Parliament, while Reform in second place. In Scotland, the SNP won a fifth successive Scottish Parliament election, but fell short of an overall majority, while Reform made its electoral breakthrough. And in England, with a small number of councils yet to declare, Reform is having a huge margin, securing more than 1,400 councillors so far. The Greens and Liberal Democrats have also made gains, while Labour's lost more than 1,300 seats, and the Conservatives more than 500. In an interview, Labour's deputy leader, Lucy Powell, said the party needs to change its approach, but continue to support Starmer. Meanwhile, Britons are reacting to the local election results, with the anti-immigration Reform Party emerging as a major winner and delivering a significant blow to Prime Minister Keir Starmer's Labour Party. Some voters say people are desperate for change, arguing that Starmer has failed to deliver on his campaign promises, particularly regarding basic infrastructure and public services. The Nigeria Basketball Federation has appointed David Fisdale as a new head coach of the country's senior men's national team, the Tigers. Fisdale brings a wealth of NBA experience to the role, having previously served as head coach of the Memphis Grizzlies and New York Knicks. The 51-year-old American has expressed excitement after taking charge of the former African champions. He revealed that the Tigers coach Mike Brown played a key role in encouraging him to accept the position. And in the English Premier League, Enzo Fernandez cancelled out Ryan Gravenberch's strike as a restless Anfield as Liverpool were held by a Chelsea side whose run of 6 consecutive defeats came to an end. The result means Liverpool remain in 4th place while Chelsea stay 9th. Sunderland were denied a rare win over Manchester United at a Stadium of Light, and Brighton climbed to 7th to boost their hopes of European qualification with a comfortable victory over relegated Wolverhampton Wanderers. Ryan's winner boosted Bournemouth's hopes of securing European football for the next season with a hard-fought victory at Fulham. And Barcelona coach Hansi Flick has celebrated the special atmosphere at the club going into the Sunday's Clásico against Real Madrid, whose preparation for the game has been overshadowed by infighting. Barcelona will clinch the La Liga title with 3 games to spare at Camp Nou if they avoid defeat against their bitter rivals Real Madrid. However, the focus ahead of the Clásico has been on the explosive training ground buster between Real Madrid players Federico Valverde and Aurelien Tchouameni, rather than Barcelona being on the brink of back-to-back league championships.
Here we are in this situation because we played a fantastic season as a team, and this is what I want to see for tomorrow in the Clásico. I know the intention is very high, everyone wants to see it. I think it's the best what the Spanish League and La Liga can offer, and it's fantastic, this game. Everyone in the whole world are looking about that, but at the end it's about us. So we want to to play our game, we want to play our style, we want to play as a team, as a unit, and this is what I want to see tomorrow from my team, nothing else.
And that's Sports News and News Track of this hour. Thank you for watching. I'm Ladi Williams. Bye for now.